righty, so we'll go ahead and get started. My name is Mark Herman, M-A-R-K. Herman is H-E-R-M-A-N, one N. So this is one of those stories that has a very good ending. This is a example of collaboration between law enforcement agencies here in Harris County that brought this Amber Alert to a good end and the recovery of a 6-year-old autistic child. So early this morning, the Precinct 4 Constable's office received a call regarding domestic violence at a location off Aldine Westfield. When we arrived, we observed a distraught mother that had been assaulted by a suspect. Suspect had fled the scene with her 6-year-old child and her cell phone. We immediately issued a Amber Alert and began to track her cell phone. I can tell you that this individual has had a lengthy criminal history, I think just most recently got out of prison. We did feel that the child was in immediate danger and began to investigate and collaborate with other law enforcement agencies across Harris County. We did, at some point, the Houston Police Department was able to spot this individual. A chase ensued, and I believe it stopped when the suspect's front wheel on his vehicle blew out. The Houston Police Department has filed felony evading charges and child endangerment on this suspect. Our office has filed kidnapping and family violence with prior conditions. In other words, this guy's been handled for family violence multiple times before this charge. He is currently in custody. The streets of Harris County are much safer. We don't know his bond yet. That'll be set if he gets any at all. It's our hope they won't give him bond, but we'll see what happens. But the child at the scene was released back to a family member. I believe it was a grandfather, and the mother has been reunited with her child. Any questions?
What's it like getting this guy off the streets, sir?
It feels good. I mean, this is one of those situations where you've got a obvious career criminal that has victimized and pilferaged our community, and you know, we thank the man upstairs for not allowing him to hurt this child. And again, I mean, you know, the men and women in law enforcement that brought this to this successful conclusion, you can't say enough about them. I mean, this was great coordination between the Houston Police Department, our office, and other agencies to, you know, bring this guy to justice and rescue this young kid.
My last question for you, sir. Talk to me about pinging the cell phone and tracking this guy down.
Yeah, I won't go into specific technologies of what we use, but there are certain times where we can get emergency orders to track certain electronic devices, as in this case with a child or possible situation where somebody could be hurt or killed. In this case, the suspect ended up taking his girlfriend's cell phone, and she helped us track that phone. That's how we did it this time. And we do know that this suspect was off of I-45 and Cross Timbers. We were, every time we were like 2 or 3 minutes behind him. And but again, the Houston Police Department was very instrumental in helping us bring this guy to justice and, you know, get him off the streets.
Can you tell us about the child when he was found? What was his demeanor? Was he wearing clothes, etc.?
Yeah, it's our understanding he did not have any clothes on. There was a cover in the vehicle. I think in one of the videos, one of the outlets, I saw it this morning, it showed our deputies out with the child, giving him back to the grandfather. And, you know, the grandfather was taking, possession of him, and, which was a really, really good thing to have him back where he belongs with his family.
And my final question, during the pandemic especially, there's been a crisis on domestic violence cases in general in the country. Can you tell us what needs to be done if you are a victim of domestic violence and you want to end that?
Yeah, well, I don't know that the pandemic has anything to do with this. This guy's a career criminal. He's been held for domestic violence multiple times. Matter of fact, when the district attorney took the charge, they upgraded the charge. But again, domestic violence is something that we all take very seriously. You know, if you're in a bad situation, you need to reach out. There are organizations out there. Law enforcement has folks that can help you get you out of a bad situation. And you know, people that when they are together, like in the case with the pandemic, yeah, people are confined, and you know, we have seen an increase in domestic violence calls. But again, on this case here, this guy, I don't think it has anything to do with the pandemic. He's just a career criminal. Any other questions? All righty. Thank y'all so very much.